Good evening. It's 6 o'clock. We're going to call this meeting to order. Becky, could you do roll call?
Smith.
Here.
Gustafson.
Here.
Ramsey.
Here.
Wynn.
Here.
Brabner. Here. Mayor Bass.
Here. Steve, would you mind leading us in the invocation and pledge of allegiance? Would you please stand?
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for all the blessings you've given us and allowing us to come together tonight to serve this amazing community. Thank you for giving us such a beautiful and safe place to live. We ask that you watch over Chief Few, Chief Barber, and their whole staff as they work tirelessly to protect our way of life. We ask that you bless their families as they understand the true sacrifice that it takes. Lastly, Lord, give all of us tonight the strength and wisdom as we make decisions that impact the lives of all those we represent. We ask all of this through Christ our Lord. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Steve. I'd like to ask you guys, you any discussion around the minutes from the previous meeting of November 3rd? Any corrections? Okay, then the minutes stand as approved. Reports from our committees. Ms. Gaines, any reports?
No further report.
Mr. Connor, any
No
reports?
further reports, Mayor.
Mr. Burrows, any report?
No report, Mayor.
Chief Barber?
Yes, sir. Last Monday night, a lot of you guys are aware, we had a sergeant who has been with the department for 21 years, lives in Spanish Fort, grew up in Spanish Fort. His house caught fire last Monday night. Just want to thank a lot of people. Thank Spanish Fort Fire for the rapid response. They worked for hours trying to put this fire out. Unfortunately, just the way it spread, it ended up being a total loss on the house, and the family got out. We're grateful the family and the pets all got out safely, but they got out with the clothes on their back, and that was it. And starting that night, neighbors, family, friends, off-duty officers started showing up, looking for ways to help. Mayor Bass, you were there. Council members started texting. Other community members started looking for ways to help this family suffer through a tragedy. And we talked about it last week, and I think this, not lost that here's a guy that's, worked in this community for decades, used to responding to these tragedies, being the one to help others in their time of need. And this community has really just come together. We started receiving just unbelievable amounts of clothes, shoes. People in this room have given. People were coming by the police department to give gift cards, cash to run through the foundation in order to support this family as they're trying to rebuild their lives around the holidays. And so we really live in a very special place, a very tragic situation. We're lucky that everybody's safe, but the heartwarming part of it is this, that, people come together in a time of need. And here we have, one of my men that serves so much for this community, and the community came together to support him and his family. So, not lost on us. I know he is very grateful for all the support he's received, the text messages, just the calls, understanding that people are there to help him and his family rebuild during this time around the holidays. And he's overwhelmed by the support. And I just wanted to thank everybody that's done anything and everything to support this family in this past week.
Thank you. Yeah, I know it's never good, obviously, when tragedy strikes our community, but thinking back to last year, there was a fire, I think in Stonebridge, and the community stepped up. And again, here, I talked to Andrew Simmerman at Andrews Diesel today, and I think they had gotten a $3,000 donation for furniture, and the furniture store they got the donation to agreed to match that $3,000. So it just really shows the type of community we live in, the people we are, to take care of our own, especially in a time of need like this. So I appreciate that, Chief Barber. Chief Few, anything?
No report.
Mr. Raines, is he still here? Shannon? No. Councilman Smith, anything from the Planning Commission?
Yes, sir. On November 10th, the Planning Commission met and forwarded a positive recommendation to the city council to rezone lot 13 of Woodside Business Park from R1 to B2. That lot had been previously rezoned, but improvements were not made within the year, and so it reverted to R1. So if we choose to rezone that tonight, or I think it's on the agenda for tonight, when we do, that 1-year restriction will no longer be in place, as we recently amended the time allotted to make those improvements. Also, we approved a minor change to an existing site plan for modification of parking spaces behind the Cracker Barrel. We changed to allow a Tesla's charging station. We changed it from 12 parking spaces to only 10, with 2 of those being supercharging stations and 1 being an ADA compliant space.
Okay, thank you, Councilman Smith. Councilman Gustafson, Junior City Council report?
Yeah, Junior City Council last Monday, we had the opportunity to listen to Matt Simpson come and speak, and he's always really good with the students and really gives them an in-depth look at behind the scenes and really gives them an idea of what it's like to be a state legislator. So we're starting to transition to that period now where they started off working within the municipal government, learning how the city worked and working projects through the city, to now we're starting to transition them, expose them to the state legislators and get them comfortable and familiar with that, so they learn more how the state works.
All right, thanks, Carl. Mary, anything from the Three Mill Commission?
I do a lot better with someone helping me that's like outside of the teacher, and I think it's great.
Yeah, it allows a lot of us kids to sort of just have a lot more reassurance, because like everybody learns differently. Like my math teacher teaches this one thing that we're learning way differently than Miss Nelson has taught me, and it's kind of just helped a lot.
Yeah, and sometimes you get like intervention where you're by yourself or with like 3 people, and I think it's better that way because then there's not as many people like to distract you.
And we also make really great friends then. And since I've joined math intervention, I bumped my grade all the way up to an A or a B.
Yeah, same for me. I had a C, and then I got into math intervention, and it turned into like an A.
Yeah, Miss Nelson always helps us in my class. Whenever we're like struggling or there's a certain subject we need to work on, like a certain type of math, like she'll help us with that.
Yeah, sometimes they just let you walk in, and if you don't understand something, it's like 5 minutes and you understand it.
3 mil matters.
This is the time we get to talk about the 3 meal tax that we have elected several years ago to implement. And what these 2 young ladies are talking about is probably the bulk of where the 3 meal money is spent. We are paying for tutors, intervention teachers to come into the classroom, and these kids are pulled out of the classroom and they're given individualized time to learn these things. Like the young ladies mentioned, everybody learns differently, and so everybody is not able to learn the same way in the classroom. They all get to the same answer, but they may get to it a totally different way. And that's a lot of what our 3 meal money is paying for, and these kids are seeing some significant growth in their grades. In fact, the ACAP scores, which is how all the schools are measured, just came out last week. And again, every school in our feeder pattern is an A. We've got Spanish Fort Elementary at a 97%, Spanish Fort Middle at 94%, Rockwell received a 98%, and our high school received a 94%. So there is no doubt that 3 meal matters.
Thanks, Mary. I know we got some high school students with us here tonight, and Coach Harper, but I talked with Ms. Smith earlier this week, and I think they had the highest score that Spanish Fort High School has ever had. So just wanted to prop that up. Props to you guys. I know y'all are part of that, so thanks for thanks for helping carry that torch for Spanish Fort.
Real quickly, the only reference I have here is Spanish Fort High School went up 2 points this year, but they've gone up 7 points in 4 years. So you can definitely see from the beginning of the 3 mil what its impact has been on these students and their achievements.
Yep, thank you. So we've come to the public participation part of our meeting tonight. If there's anybody here that has anything they would like to add from a public participation standpoint, this will be your time. I do see we've got a bigger room than normal, so we'll keep those to about 3 minutes each. I would just ask when you come to the podium, make sure you hit the speak button so we can hear everything that you're presenting. So public participation is now open. And when you come to the podium, if you could just state your name and address, please, for the record.
It's Levi Matthews, Yankee Trove, Spanish Fort Estates. So over a year now, I've been fighting loud bass music. I spoke to y'all back. It was warm outside, so let's say August. During this time period, it has not decreased. The number of people have increased. Recently, got the wake-up call at 12:30 at night. Got another one a week later at 1:30 in the morning. I know that there are several kids that also are saying the same things. Kids usually have the front bedroom, so they get to enjoy it as well. Yeah, it's increasing. So I started a petition back in September. On this petition, you'll find 60 names. If you don't mind if I could pass them out. So I'll try to hit on key points. You know, the petition basically says we're calling on the City of Spanish Fort City Council to evaluate and amend, if necessary, the current noise ordinance to effectively mitigate this problem. I don't feel like there's too much of a problem with the noise ordinance. It's pretty beefy. But we want to encourage the police department to become more proactive and not reactive in enforcement of these rules, and for the people who fail to do so. So, you know, a quick Google search about Spanish Fort, and especially if you look on the city's webpage, it references you to NerdWallet, and it's considered a quiet and peaceful community. Minimum urban noise, if you're looking for a place with the loudest sound is a bird song, then this city fits the bill. This is not true. This is not true. And I'm sure there's other people, maybe you've received emails, there's maybe other people who are going to speak. 3 minutes is really limiting me here, so I'm trying to hit on key points. But you have the packet, you can read it. The first vehicle, again, showed up about 5 years ago. And then it became 3, then it became 6. And now I don't got a number on it, and no clue. And they don't even go down my street most of the time. I get to hear them from, you know, several houses down, but you can still hear them. There's not a room in my house that you can't hear this noise. So it's not like I can go to another place and sleep. So I tried to come up with some ideas, trying to help out, just not bring a problem. And some of these might be pipe dreams, but the internet was once a pipe dream, and look where we're at. So, I mean, you could start off with your low-cost options. You can send a ranking police official to talk to them, because some of them have been talked to multiple times by just regular patrol officers. You can let the police officers know what they're fighting for. I mean, you have people that are trying to put down their kids. People are working swing shifts, people that are fighting illnesses, people are homeschooled, people that work from home. I mean, the list goes on and on. You can read about it. Another low-cost option might be just putting out yard signs, just like your campaign yard signs. You can put them in hot spots. Hey, noise ordinance, follow the rules. They no longer have, well, I didn't know. You know. Official road signs. I think the biggest one, you can use your Facebook page and you can access neighborhood sites, Facebook pages, or their next door site and let them know of the rules ahead of time. I mean, that's not going to get rid of everybody because there's still several people who have been talked to by the police and they don't care. But I mean, it's going to greatly reduce the problem, in my mind anyway. You can beef up the law by adding residential areas to maybe, you know, like a work zone. It's a double fine. Or you can just get creative, because they didn't catch Al Capone by being a gangster, they got him on tax fraud. So maybe this person that you can't catch, they're doing something else. You know, it's like I used to tell my kid, you have my attention now. I'm going to start catching all the other stuff you're doing. I'm sure I went over 3 minutes, so I
No,
apologize for
you're
that.
good. We gave you some grace for passing your stuff out, if you could get there though.
So, yeah, and you can read about the other options, and I'll yield my time to anybody else that wants to speak. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor, if I may ask a question, if I could. Is there any rhyme or reason to particular time frames, days? Is it weekends that it's happening, or is it every day?
I mean, it can be every day, but there is patterns, but people are still random. You know, they're coming and going. As I was passing out flyers in Spanish Village on Friday about lunchtime, it was 5 people, and I only passed out like 20 letters, so I really wasn't there that long. 5 vehicles passed by. Boom, 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 boom.
All right.
And those people are, geez, I thought I had it bad.
And I understand it can be random, but are there particular patterns that you could share with us, like
Yes,
certain
and
times?
I have reported those multiple
Okay, so
times.
Chief, you have that information?
He should have that information. It's
Okay.
been reported to several officers, several emails, multiple times.
All right. If you don't mind, after the meeting, if you could hang around just a minute, I've got a few questions
sir.
for you.
Sure,
Okay,
absolutely.
thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Matthews.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else that wishes to speak? Yep, Nancy, go ahead.
I'm Nancy, and I live on Confederate Drive. I also have experienced issues with the increase in this. I can hear them from Spanish Main. There's a lot of going up and down Spanish Main, and I can hear it at my house, which is way off Spanish Main. So it is, you know, I think the police presence would help. I mean, if they just sat sometimes at Spanish Main in the evenings, particularly weekend evenings, but what I have seen is there is some randomness to it. It's, you know, so anyway, that was it.
Thank you. Anybody else in the public participation portion? Who's here tonight? Chief Barber, do you have anything you'd like to add to that?
Yeah, sure. We've been talking to Levi for over a year, certainly empathetic to his situation. I mean, when we go home, all of us want peace and quiet. That's 100% what we want. We have worked with him on some of the specific complaints that he's had on specific people, to include even writing a ticket to one of the ones he complained about a year ago. We've talked to some of the other people that have been complained upon, but we did not witness ourselves. And so for us to write the ticket, we have to actually witness the violation. And as you can imagine, the city ordinance says that it's over 50 feet, it has to be audible. They can see a police car further than 50 feet. And I can tell you that 99% of them with any sense about them are going to turn down their music. And so it becomes difficult for us to witness a violation if we're in the neighborhood. We were in there last year. We've been in there at different points throughout the year. Even more recently, as we've got the complaint again, we've been in the neighborhood. Completely understand that nobody wants that in their neighborhood. We can increase patrol, but the difficulty is this, that we must witness the violation. They're going to see us probably before we can hear it. And so that's some of the challenges that we have to deal with in order to address the problem.
Sure.
The same issue is, it's kind of, acoustical aggravation is kind of what I've called it, is even like New Year's, this past New Year's, they were putting off fireworks so loud that they sounded like bombs. So one thing maybe, I don't know if it's in your ordinance or anything, but maybe there's a scale of like those bombs, I don't know what they call them, but maybe to regulate those and not allow them in the city limits. But it is somewhat escalating, at least in our local area, from what I've seen. So.
Well, thank you guys for bringing this to us tonight. Mr. Matthews, I know this is a long list. We'll definitely read through this. I'm sorry, go ahead. Hit it one more time. You actually turned it off.
How about now?
No, you're good.
All right, my name's Mike Edmondson. I live on Patrician Drive on the very west end of Spanish Fort near the bay. And we have a continuing problem, and have had for the 8 years that I've lived there, on Highway 90 of the traffic going from the interstate up to Highway 31 and back. And repeatedly, it's worse on Friday and Saturday nights. And we were hoping that maybe the noise ordinance that was passed a few years ago might be enforced, as well as the traffic regulations. Some of these cars are driving by at a high rate of speed, way faster than the speed limit, as well as recklessly. And it's more or less a drag strip between I-10 and Highway 31. And anything we can do enforcing laws that are already there would be much appreciated. We're at the point where we'll be watching what we consider a loud movie on TV, and then there's something be louder happening from the outside on Highway 90, and we have to go out and see what's going on.
So is this from cars or from music or both?
Cars and motorcycles.
Okay.
And occasionally there's one coming by with a ultra loud stereo system in it too.
Okay.
We get our share of those as well. But we love Spanish Fort. We've lived here for more than 8 years and don't want to move anywhere, but it's becoming an increasing problem. We call the police line the non-emergency police line, and I have called them at least 10 or 12 times, and they say that they'll get somebody out, but you know, it doesn't seem to go away. After a half hour or an hour, it's pretty much the same. Anything we can do to increase the enforcement of the speeding and reckless driving, we would truly appreciate it. We've lost a couple of pets also to traffic on Highway 90.
Okay.
And that's all for now.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming forward. I think technology sometimes it's the good and the bad. You know, if there's a wreck on the Bayway, something on I-10, unfortunately it diverts everything up 98 back down to the causeway. I know Fridays and also obviously weekends are especially tough for that. But I think it's a conversation, obviously, Chief Barber, about maybe increasing presence there on some of those higher traffic times to slow some of that stuff down.
We would truly appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Anyone else for public participation during this time? All right, we'll close public participation. Thank you.
I like the idea of the residential zones. David, is that anything we can, and Chief, is that anything, can we double the fines and really hit them in the pocket? Because unless you hit them in the pocket, it's going over their head.
We can certainly, as we do in zoning and overlay districts, and those kind of, we can address a higher fine in residential areas. You know, we also can regulate time of day. I mean, for example, you can't start construction work before a certain time. It's got to be finished before a certain time. So we can definitely go back and look at that to see if there's a way to enhance that penalty, if necessary.
Okay, moving forward to announcements. I just want to announce the City of Spanish Fort and City of Spanish Fort Public Library will be closed next week, Thursday, November 27th and Friday, November 28th to celebrate the Thanksgiving holidays. Waste Pro will not pick up on Thanksgiving Day, November 27th. Customers scheduled for pickup that day will instead have their trash picked up on Friday, November 28th. Customers scheduled for the 28th will have their trash picked up on Saturday, November 29th. I'd like to invite everybody to join us for several Christmas activities going on in the city. On Sunday, December 7th, the annual Christmas tree lighting will take place here at the Spanish Fort Community Center at 6 p.m. There will be music, food trucks, a lot of fun, some added things this year for the Christmas tree lighting celebration. On December 13th at 6 p.m., we ask everybody to come celebrate the annual City of Spanish Fort Spirit of Christmas Parade held at the Eastern Shore Center. The city's currently accepting applications for floats for the parade. You can apply at cityofspanishfort.com website or calling the community center at 251-626-4884. And then finally, we'd ask everybody to join us for the annual reading of The Night Before Christmas on Thursday, December 18th at 6 p.m. here in the Spanish Fort Community Center in the multipurpose room. There will be cookies and hot chocolate. Parents are encouraged to bring their children in pajamas to read The Night Before Christmas and several other Christmas stories with some local celebrities. Any old business that we need to get to, guys? No? New business, David? Yeah.
Man, this will be a certificate of recognition for the volleyball team, for Spanish Fort High School girls volleyball team. I want to call out the names of the players first and invite them to come to the front to meet the mayor. But I want to start with the coaches, and the head coach is Gretchen Boykin. The assistant coach is Nicole Milam. Don't everybody jump up at once. All right. I understand. We understood they might have a conflict. Anybody here from the school that wants to stand in there? Representative from the school? Athletic Director Kyle Harper. All right. As I call the team members out, if you'll come join us. How you doing? Join the mayor and Mr. Harper. Bryce Turner. Natalie Maxwell, Caroline Downey, Brooke Bellarmino, Caden Dorger, Zoe Beach, Allison Cameron Nimmer, Delaney Duncan, Kennedy Helton, Ansley Popple, Victoria Holly, London Tucker, Miranda McAvoy, Harper Trucks, Kaylin Boykin, and Olivia Downey. I understand that certain players received additional all-tournament team were middle blocker Natalie Maxwell, junior setter Kaylin Boykin, senior libero Victoria Holly, and then the most valuable player was the senior middle hitter Zoe Beach. And then the most important assistants managers, Millie Cross and Emma Pablo. And then I've been told that the key to all this, and the Spanish Fort Toros' biggest fan, is Maddie Woods. And so with the mayor's permission, I'll read the certificate of recognition at this point. So it's a certificate of recognition to the Spanish Fort High School varsity girls volleyball team, 2025 6A state champions. Whereas the City of Spanish Fort desires to recognize those student athletes who bring honor to the city through their athletic, academic, and extracurricular accomplishments, and whereas the members and coaches of the Spanish Fort Toros girls volleyball team are wholly deserving of such a recognition for winning back-to-back Alabama State High School volleyball championships. And whereas under the leadership of head coach Gretchen Boykin and assistant coach Nicole Milam, the 2025 Spanish Fort girls volleyball team advanced through the Alabama High School 6A playoffs without dropping a set, defeating Oxford in the quarterfinals, Saraland in the semifinals, and Hazel Green in the state championship match, winning all matches 3-0. And whereas the Toros finished the season with an overall record of 60 wins and 8 losses, being ranked number 1 in the Class 6A for the entire season and never losing to a Class 6A opponent, and whereas the dedication, determination, work ethic, and talent of this group of young women not only made possible a memorable championship season, but also points toward their success in every future endeavor, and whereas the City of Spanish Fort takes great pride in the tremendous accomplishments of its athletic teams, which have succeeded both on the court and in the classroom, and this magnificent team performed with precision during the season, earning its well-deserved reputation for high standards of athletic achievement, quality of play, and competitive spirit. And whereas the Mayor and City Council of the City of Spanish Fort wish to commend and congratulate each team member for being their best when the game was at its biggest and persevering to win the 2025 6A state title. Now, therefore, I, Brad Bass, Mayor of the City of Spanish Fort, Alabama, wish to publicly recognize Spanish Fort High School's varsity girls volleyball team and their coaches, Gretchen Boykin and Nicole Milam, for their dedicated efforts and achievements in the sport of volleyball and for winning the 2025 Alabama Class 6A state championship. And I hereby award head coach Gretchen Boykin a key to the city in honor of her success in coaching the team to back-to-back Alabama state championships, given under my hand and the great seal of the City of Spanish Fort on this, the 17th day of November, in the year of our Lord, 2025, Brad Bass, Mayor.
So I'll just say I was fortunate to go see you guys in the regionals and also in the state championship. I was a baseball guy. I really don't know much about volleyball. But it was really impressive to see just from a teamwork standpoint, the positive touches you guys had, keeping everybody up. Even when you guys would lose a few points in a row, you guys never got down. It was really impressive to see. 25 years ago, I graduated high school. Some of my best friends were guys I played baseball with. So I'm sure for you guys, y'all are a tight-knit unit. 25 years from now, y'all will have been at each other's weddings and celebrated kids' births and all that kind of stuff. It's hard to imagine right now, but to see how close you guys are, it really goes a long way to show what you mean to the city. So we appreciate it. Thanks so much. So girls, we do have cake and some stuff afterwards. Also, anybody else that's here, y'all feel free to stay after and grab some cake. So now we're going to do a presentation for employee anniversaries. David?
So, Mayor, for the presentation of the 5-year plaques to the following employees, Kim Barr, Administrative Department Revenue Officer. There we go. Now, this is not for posting in the post office or anywhere else. This is just for employee stuff. The next one is Becky Gaines, Administrative Department, City Clerk Treasurer, for another 5-year plaque. For 5 years of service, Andrew Marino, Public Works Department, Grounds and Facilities Maintenance.
All right, so for you guys that are doing beach volleyball this summer, Andrew, I think, would be a good addition to a beach volleyball squad with his height. So y'all might want to grab him afterwards. Yeah. So let's take a look at ordinance number 725, 2025, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Solid Waste Disposal Authority of Baldwin County regarding the construction of a charm facility.
Mayor, this is a proposed ordinance that would declare certain city-owned property no longer needed for municipal purposes and authorize the execution of a ground lease agreement with the Baldwin County Solid Waste Disposal Authority for the construction of a charm facility, which is basically a recycling facility to provide recycling services to the citizens and residents of Spanish Fort. The proposed site location is to be behind the old city hall, between the old city hall and the kids park, where we presently have solid waste or recycling program there. This would be an enhanced manned opportunity for this site. Attached to the ordinance is a real estate lease as well as a copy of the proposed plans. It's my understanding that we have a meeting scheduled for them tomorrow to receive some additional information, so it's staff's recommendation that this be postponed until your next meeting to follow up with them regarding additional items.
Okay, thank you, David. Any discussion for the charm facility? No? Okay, moving on. Kurt, I know you mentioned this. This will be the first reading. Ordinance number 728, 2025, an ordinance amending ordinance number 5196 of the City of Spanish Fort, establishing the zoning classification of certain property known as Longleaf, a planned unit development.
Mayor, the owners of the Longleaf development have requested to be annexed into the City of Spanish Fort, and pursuant to Alabama Code Section 11-52-85, they have requested to go through a pre-zoning process prior to annexation to determine what the zoning classification on this property would be. They've requested that it be zoned as a planned unit development with residential and a mixture of residential type uses, including some multifamily locations, as well as a golf course which has already been constructed, a golf clubhouse, and potentially a restaurant and some different associated uses as it relates to that. A copy of the legal description of the property is attached to the ordinance. The Planning Commission held a public hearing and forwards a positive recommendation for this pre-zoning request. The City Council will hold a public hearing at a later meeting, and if the Council ultimately elects to pre-zone the property and annex it in upon annexation, this designation would apply upon its annexation.
Okay, thanks, David. So again, this is the first time we're announcing this. There will be a public hearing on December 1st for anybody that's both in favor or against this proposed ordinance. We'll look at ordinance number 729, 2025, an ordinance amending ordinance number 5196 of the City of Spanish Fort, changing the zoning classification of certain property described as Lot 13, Woodside Business Park, Spanish Fort, Alabama, from R1 to B2.
Mayor, this ordinance would rezone this Lot 13 of Woodside Business Park from R1 single-family residential to B2 Business District. This property came in under the last local legislative act that annexed property into the city. It came in as R1. The property owner previously requested that the property be rezoned to B2, and it was rezoned to B2, but the city had a reversionary clause in place that said if the property was not used for a purpose or use within the B2 zoning district, that it automatically reverted back to the original zoning. Since that reversion, the City Council and Planning Commission came back, and the reversionary clause has been amended so that it only really applies to the high-density multifamily residential, M1 zoning classifications, hotel, motel district would not apply to this. And so the property owners requested that it be rezoned to B2, and that will be the permanent zoning for this piece if it is rezoned.
Okay, thank you. So there'll be a public hearing for this one as well on Monday, December 1st, 2025. The next few are ordinances regarding a park, some park rules. So ordinance number 730, 2025, an ordinance establishing rules and regulations of Spirit Park in the city of Spanish Fort, Alabama.
Mayor, as discussed in the work session, it's come to our attention that there has been some conflicts between individual uses and league play uses, and also the use of the property for teaching lessons and other training that's not been approved by the city council. And so previously there was a clear definition of that for tennis, but we have since recommended that an additional change be made to the park rules. This covers Spirit Park. The subsequent ordinances we'll talk about covers other parks. The additional language in the general rules section will state that no fee-based or paid coaching, training, or lessons taught without the approval of the city of Spanish Fort. This is a prohibition. You can't have those unless they've been approved. In the work session today, we also discussed that we want to make clear that that if there's league play or other city sanctioned or special events, that those take priority, so that if individuals are on the fields during those times that league play is scheduled or special events, they have to yield those fields or those facilities to those larger events. And so we suggested that this language also be added to Section A that says use of premises or facilities shall not conflict with authorized league play or practice or other events approved by the city. And so if you're inclined to consider this ordinance tonight, I would suggest that you have a motion to suspend the rules. And then once the rules have been suspended to allow for consideration, then there'd be a motion to amend ordinance number 730, 2025 to add the language that we discussed in the work session. And then once that motion passes, if it does, then have a motion to approve the ordinance as amended.
Okay. Thank you, David. Any discussion on the rules conversation passed based on what we had earlier? Do we have a motion to suspend the rules?
Make a motion to suspend the rules for ordinance 730, 2025.
Second.
Roll call.
Smith.
Yes.
Gustafson.
Yes.
Ramsey.
Yes.
Wynn.
Yes.
Brabner. Mayor.
Yes. Do I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 730, 2025?
Motion to adopt ordinance 730, 2025.
Amend.
Need
Sorry.
to have a motion to amend first.
Make a motion to amend 730-2025
As stated by staff.
as stated.
Second.
Roll call.
Smith.
Yes.
Gustafson.
Yes.
Ramsey.
Yes.
Wynn.
Yes.
Brabner.
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. I'd like to introduce ordinance number 731, 2025, an ordinance establishing rules and regulations for Integrity Park in the city of Spanish Fort, Alabama. Sorry.
Sorry.
Do I have a motion to approve ordinance 730, 2025?
Sure, I'll continue the trend. Motion to approve 730, 2025.
Second.
Roll call.
Smith.
Yes.
Gustafson.
Yes.
Ramsey.
Yes. Yes.
Brabner.
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. The motion is adopted. Let's read ordinance number 731, 2025, an ordinance establishing rules and regulations for Integrity Park in the city of Spanish Fort, Alabama.
And Mayor, this is the rules and regulations applicable to Integrity Park. Section 1A includes additional language, as we read earlier, that says no fee-based or paid coaching, training, or lessons taught without the approval of the city of Spanish Fort has been added to the prohibition section there. In addition, in the work session, we talked about adding the language that the use of premises or facilities shall not conflict with authorized league play or practice or other events approved by the city. And so if you're inclined to consider this tonight, recommend that you suspend the rules, and then there'll be a motion to amend the ordinance to add the additional language and then to adopt.
Do I have a motion to suspend the rules for ordinance number 731, 2025?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Smith.
Yes.
Gustafson.
Yes.
Ramsey.
Yes.
Wynn.
Yes.
Brabner.
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Do I have a motion to amend ordinance number 731, 2025, an ordinance establishing rules and regulations for Integrity Park in the city of Spanish Fort, Alabama?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Smith.
Yes.
Gustafson.
Yes.
Ramsey.
Yes.
Wynn,
Yes.
Brabner,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Do I have a motion to approve the amendment of ordinance number 731, 2025?
Motion to approve the amended ordinance 731, 2025.
Second.
Roll call?
Smith,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Ramsey,
Yes.
Wynn,
Yes.
Brabner,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes, the motion is adopted. I'd like to look at ordinance number 732, 2025, an ordinance establishing rules and regulations for the Spanish Fort Town Center Park in the city of Spanish Fort.
And Mayor, this is an ordinance changing the rules and regulations at the Spanish Fort Town Center Park. If we were at church, we'd say this is the third verse, same song. Section 1, general rules and regulations, is being amended to add the language that no fee-based or paid coaching, training, or lessons taught without the approval of the city of Spanish Fort. And then, as discussed in the work session, there'll be an amendment to that section to add a number 12 that says no use of premises or facilities shall not conflict with the authorized league play or practice or other events approved by the city, and then it will be the same procedure for the 3 votes.
Okay, do I have a motion to suspend the rules for this one?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Smith,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Ramsey,
Yes.
Wynn,
Yes.
Brabner,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Do I have a motion to amend ordinance number 732, 2025?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Smith,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Ramsey,
Yes.
Wynn,
Yes.
Brabner,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Do I have a motion to approve the amendment of ordinance number 732, 2025?
So moved.
Second.
Smith,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Ramsey,
Yes.
Wynn,
Yes.
Brabner,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes.
Who seconded that one?
I believe,
The last motion, I couldn't catch.
I believe Drew did.
Okay. No, Drew made the motion. Who did this? Okay.
Kurt did, sorry.
I heard a voice but couldn't catch who it was.
So the motion is approved. I'd like to introduce ordinance number 733, 2025, an ordinance establishing rules and regulations for Loyalty Park and the city of Spanish Fort.
Loyalty Park is the new dog park that was opened. This would amend the regulations, general rules and regulations for Loyalty Park. Same song, 4th verse. Same language that we're adding to that section regarding use of premises and the no fee base. So it's recommended that the ordinance be amended to add use of premises or facilities shall not conflict with or authorize league play or practice or other events approved by the city, because these are going to be general rules that apply to all the parks. And then the same 3 steps, Mayor.
Do we have a motion to suspend the rules?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Smith,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Ramsey,
Yes.
Wynn,
Yes.
Brabner,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Do we have a motion to amend ordinance number 733, 2025?
Motion to amend ordinance 733-2025.
Second.
Roll call?
Smith,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Ramsey,
Yes.
Wynn,
Yes.
Brabner,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Do we have a motion to approve the amendment of ordinance number 733, 2025?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Smith,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Ramsey,
Yes.
Wynn,
Yes.
Brabner,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. The motion is adopted.
Can I just add, we did all of this because people were using our parks to make money and not allow our sports association kids to use our park. So therefore, when people break the rules, you have to make new rules so they can't do it.
Thanks, Mary. That's right.
12 motions.
It's a very good
Yeah.
way to sum it up.
Sorry for
A
all the
long way.
fun tonight, guys. This is how government works. So I'd like to introduce resolution number 1567, 2025, a resolution removing barricades, gates, and/or other impediments to travel within the public right-of-way along Emerson Drive in the city of Spanish Fort, Alabama.
Mayor, during the construction of Rain Plantation subdivision and Grace Magnolias, which began when they were in the county prior to being annexed, it was discovered that there was limited access in and out of those subdivisions. And so in order to correct that and provide alternate means of egress and egress in the event of emergency, there was a lot that was removed in one of the subdivisions to create an access between those two to provide for emergency vehicles. At the request of some of the property at the time, there was a gate that was installed with an emergency code or access to allow emergency vehicles to move in between, or in the event of an emergency or disaster or the blocking of one of the entrances to allow for an alternate way out. It has been requested by different citizens in meetings and HOAs to consider removing that barricade. It needs some maintenance, it needs some repair work, it's very expensive, and instead of doing that, there's been some request to remove that barricade and just open that road up, and that's what this ordinance would do if approved by the City Council.
Okay, thanks, David. Any discussion to this resolution?
I'll just say that the drawing on the bottom is, it shows people on the sidewalk on bikes and on foot. That unfortunately doesn't even exist there now anymore. They've actually barricaded the sidewalks as well. So I'm glad to see that the amendment or the resolution would remove those gates over the sidewalks as well. What has happened is over time, with the gate closed, it has forced people who are in golf carts or four-wheelers, whatever, to cut into the neighbors' yards and to tear up their yards and so forth to get around the barricade to go from one place to the other. And so I'm all for just connectivity and also the fact that this allows 2 points of ingress and egress to both neighborhoods in case of emergency. So I'm in favor very much of removing it, and all of the neighbors that I've spoke to in both neighborhoods seem to agree.
It's definitely going to add something to the safety for both of these places, because if there were an accident in one of those areas, you would have another way to get out of your neighborhood. Because right now, if there's something that's blocking that one entrance that you have in or out, you're stuck. And this now gives us connectivity, so
Mr. Mayor,
connectivity is a good thing.
Sorry, Carl. I did see some hands going up in the audience. I'll point out this is just being introduced tonight. I believe the public comment will be at the next meeting. Please feel free to hang around, and we'll be glad to hear what you have to say. Have some cake, and we'll talk about it too. But am I correct? And this is the first.
Yeah, that's correct. It's being introduced tonight. We will have a public hearing on December 1st. If this is something that affects you guys, or you have something to say both negative or positive, we'll be glad to hear that on December 1st.
The
good.
budget side of me wants to know, are the sidewalks, are we going to need to repair the sidewalks and include that in our budget?
I don't believe there's any damage to the sidewalk itself, no.
Shannon, do you know if there's any issues there, sidewalk?
There is no damage to the sidewalks, no. There's just a split rail fence that cuts off access.
Okay, thank you. And I know we talked about too in the work session the potential for some speed bumps or speed tables potentially there, if that's something that, you know, the neighborhoods or neighbors there felt like were necessary. That's something we can definitely look at moving forward too. Okay. And finally, we'll look at resolution number 1568, 2025, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a contract with Numo Group LLC for tax collection services.
Mayor, Avenue Insights and Analytics LLC has been collecting taxes on behalf of the city for some time. They've been purchased, or they're as part of a name change. Their new entity name is Numo Group LLC. This proposed agreement is for the remittance and processing of the tax on consumable vapor products that's been levied by the city. A copy of the proposed agreement is attached. This is a new tax, and so it's not covered by the present agreements approved by the city.
Okay, we discussed this earlier, but we don't need to suspend the rules here. We've got some time to do some digging on this, correct?
My understanding, the city clerk brought up that all of their agreements will be up for renewal in a couple of months. And so the one question we're going to have is, do we want to approve this for a year, or just want to do it for a couple of months and then do them all again as a grouping, try and keep them lined up?
Okay. Thanks, David. Any discussion here, guys? Mary?
I mean, does this resolution say we're only doing it for a certain period of time?
It does not. I think this is for their regular term, but what we don't want to do is have a situation where the agreements aren't lining up time-wise. So if we're going to be up for renewal and everything else here shortly, We want to make sure they all line up.
Okay, so what time period are we going to say we're doing this?
That's what we're going to find out in questions to them during
we're
the
not
next 2
approving
weeks.
it tonight?
No, it's just
No.
being introduced.
No,
tonight.
we don't have to, no, we don't have to suspend the rules on this one. No, it's the first time it's been introduced, so we can look at it next time. Okay, great. So just to remind everybody, we do have a work session tomorrow night looking at comprehensive plans for the city at 4 p.m. Tuesday, November 18th. We'll also have a work session for budget purposes this Saturday, November 22nd at 8 a.m. here at City Hall. And then finally, work session, our regular meeting, December 1st, 2025. Do you have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Meeting's adjourned.